Hello guys, Merlin Don on the mic. Today we will talk about Red Blue Caesar, the mad scientist of Punk Hazard. It's a new leader in OP10 and it's a 4-cost 5k attack power leader with the attribute that when you attach 2 Dawn to him and attack, you may return one of your Punk Hazard type characters with a cost of 2 or more to the owner's hand, and then you KO one of your opponent's characters with 4k power or less. So what you do with this leader, you first reduce a character and then you attack by first attaching 2 Dawn to this leader, you swing for 7 and you KO something for free. And you will see it in action, especially in our last game against RP Luffy, where we bully this poor little thing. So without any further ado, we will go to the guide, first to the guide, then in the simulator to check together the list and every single one of the cards that we play here, and last but not least, we will finally check also 3 games in the simulator. In your starting hand, when you draw the first 5 cards, what are you searching? You search for your Virgo, which is your searcher. You search for the, in my opinion, most valuable card of this deck, Monet, which has an activate main. You may rest this character, give up to 2 rested Dawn cards to your leader. So you play this character, you give 2 rested Dawns leader, so the Dawns that you invested to play this character, you attach them to your leader, then you give a -1 to -1k power to a character during this turn. It's an activate main, you can do that in every single turn, right? And then you just attack and KO something. The value that this card produces is huge. And Smiley, of course, it's a non-play. If your leader has a Punk Hazard type, give one of your opponent characters -3 power for this turn. Between on and 3 Dawn, you play your Virgo to search, you play your Monet, and you also can play your Sanchi, who is a 6k power card on your turn, and has also a on KO attribute, draw a card like a Blackbeard card. Between 4 and 6 Dawns, you can play your Smiley, establish your Smiley to KO something with the help of your leader's ability. You can establish a Tony Chopper, which is a blocker and has 6k power on your turn, even if that's 2k. You can play a Caesar, who brings you a Smiley in your hand when he is KO'd. You can play a Jozu to bounce back something on your opponent's hand and also bring one of these cards back. Especially Monet is a card that you want to bounce back in your hand, or a Virgo to search again. Between 7 and 8 Dawn, you can play one of these cards to control the board. And this is your finisher, Monkey D Dragon, to rush down your opponent. How do you defend yourself? By using these 3 2Ks. Your combinations are these cards combined with your Caesar. So you can play on 7 Dawn, for example, the Caesar Clown. It's a 7-cost 7k body. He plays your Smiley for free if you have it in your hand, and you can search also the top 5 cards to find one. And this Smiley does a -3k. And if you have, for example, 2 Dawns from a Monet, if you have a Monet in play, or if you are at 9 Dawn and you do that, then you can KO something. You swing 7 with your leader and you KO something of 7k power or less, which is huge, guys. And you have also established 2 great bodies. You can also play your Silver's Rayleigh to establish a huge body and KO something with your leader's ability and with Silver's Rayleigh's ability. And like I said, also in the beginning, you can also play your Monet, attach 2 Dawns to your leader, do a -1 with Monet, and then KO something with your Caesar Clown. Another combo is the Jozu. You can play Jozu, bounce back something in your hand, like a Virgo for example, or like a Monet, and then you bounce back 6 cost or less from your opponent to his hand, which is also great. You can gain board control by doing so. The odd curve, which is preferred in this deck because you have so many 7Ks, it's like, it goes like that. You play your Searcher first, then you play your Monet or your Sansi, then you play one of these 3 cards, so your Season Clown or a Blocker Chopper or a Smiley. On your 7th turn, you can play your Ben Beckman to trust something of your opponent, or your Caesar Clown with a Smiley to establish some bodies, or Jesu to bounce back something, or your New Gate to KO something and manage the board. 9th turn, you can play your Silver's Rayleigh to KO something and establish a big body, and 10th turn you can play your Monkey D Dragon to rust down your opponent. On your even curve, if you have 2 turn, you can play your Virgo or your Monet. Then you can establish a Clown, a Caesar Clown, a Chopper or a Sansi. On your 6th turn, you can play a Jozu for example. 8th turn, you can play one of these cards, so Caesar Clown, Ben Beckman, Edward Newgate or your Rayleigh. 10th turn, you can rust down your opponent by playing your Monkey D Dragon, or of course one of these cards, or a combination of the previous mentioned cards. The deck list that I have prepared for you is pretty straightforward. So you have Otama's a 2K, Dragon is your Russer, Rayleigh, you do minus to some of your opponents and KO something with him. You can also play him at 10 Dawn and combine him with your leader's ability if you attach the 2 remaining Dawns to your leader. Ben Beckman, on play you trust something with a 6k power or less. And if you are at 9 Dawn, you can trust something with your Beckman and attach 2 Dawns to your leader and trust something with 4k or less. Virgo is a Searcher, Sansi 1k, 6k power on your turn with only 3 cost and on KO draw a card. Caesar Clown, you play this, you search the top 5 cards of your deck, you find a Smiley or you have it already in your hand and you play that for free. Tony Chopper 2k or a blocker with a 6k power on your opponent's turn. Mozart as a 2k blocker. Monet, you play this, you activate main, so you get these 2 rested Dawns back and attach them to your leader and give a minus 1k to one of your opponents, and you can do that in every single turn. Newgate, you play him, 7 cost, 8k body, a huge body. On play, you can give your leader 1 rested Dawn, so on 8th Dawn you can play this character, KO something with 5 power or less, and then you can attach the remaining Dawn to your leader plus the 1 Dawn from the Newgate, and you can KO something of 4 cost or less. Caesar Clown, 4 cost, 5k power, 1k counter, and once he's dead, you can play 1 Smiley card from your deck and shuffle your deck. Jozu, you return 1 character to your hand, so like Monet, like your Searcher, and then of course you bounce something with cost 6 or less from your opponents to his hand. And 5 cost Bari Pistol, it's a main, place up to one of your opponent's character with 6k power or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. So you bottom deck something with 6k power or less. It's perfect to bottom deck some blockers, for example, like Sabo and so on. After the testing, if I would change something in this deck list of mine, would be a Newgate. I find that you can play something else in place of Newgate, so you can play 4 Rayleighs, for example, 4 Beckmans, or 4 Dragons, or even play some other card, like some blue card or so on. Bari Pistol, yeah, I need some more testing here, but you can also replace it with something else. Something else like a Red Rock, like Gravity Blade, or so on. so to have some more control on the board. You can also play Sanks if you want and replace one of these cards. It's up to you guys, it's up to you. Let's see the big cards. So we are now at green and blue, and what we can play from 7 cost or more with our Caesar. You can always play, for example, Borsalino. You can always place a Kyros, for example. I always search cards with utility, right? Let's see what else you can play. You can also play a Toffee, 7 cost Toffee. Let's go to the 8. 8 on. You can also play Ramaki if you want to. So these are some ideas that you might want to add to your deck list and check them. At the 9 Dawn, you can play Ras Sanks, you can play a Newgate, you can play a Mihawk. You can also play a Sansi and combine it with a Doffy, 3 cost blocker Doffy, so that you can arrange your cards if you want to, and then do the combination, the color combination, Sansi into something else. And let's see the 10 cost cards. So you can play a Sanks, for example. You can play a 10 cost Luffy. So you can experiment with different cards here. Like I said, I chose these cards here. The 4 cards that I would change at the moment if I want to try something else would be the Newgate and the Bari Bari Pistol. Yeah. So without any further ado, let's go to some matches and you will see it also yourself what I'm talking about. And first we will go against Black Luffy from starter deck 14. So we go second here, he goes first, he doesn't have anything, we go second, we play our Monet. And we can't attack, but we have established our Monet, and our Monet can give us in every single turn this +2 dons for free. So we play our Searcher now that we have one Searcher and one Sansi who has 6k power on our turn. He plays an Usopp here. Usopp has a 4k power, and what can we do when we see a character with 4k power? Exactly what we can do here. We have 2 Josus. We bring our Searcher back and we give this Usopp back into his hand, and we just attack him. We just attack him and we say, you want to know something? If you want to play something, I will bounce that back into your hand. And this is, and he plays another Usopp. He plays another Usopp and he kills our Sanji, but we don't really care. We don't really care. And I was like, okay. Now we are already at 8th turn, so now I will just destroy your Usopp with Marelli, and I have established 2 big bodies, right? So we attack him with our Caesar, we attack him with our Jotsu, and we have some big threats in our field. And of course in our hand we have like 100 counter. So many cards with counter, and we have 2 Smileys. So then he plays a Sanji, but he understands it's like too late to do something, and he also forgot that he needed to have a bigger character in the field to KO something with Sanji. So this is an interesting matchup against Buggy. He goes first, we go second, we play our Searcher for 2 Don because we don't have a Monet here, and now he has Mr. 3. He attacks us with Mr. 3, and we counter the first hit. He attacks us with Buggy, and I was like, okay, well, let me take the second one. Now we are at 4 Dawn, and we first kill this character of his with our Virgo, and we attack his life with our leader, and we play a Caesar Clown for 4 Dawn. He's now at 5 Dawn. He can use his leader's ability if he wants to, and he does, and he plays this Buggy, this new Buggy, which is such a good card against decks that play many small characters for 3 cost or less, because these characters cannot attack it's a promo card. So what do I do here is I know that I know for a fact I need to get rid of this card, and it's an annoying one, but I have a Beckman in my hand, so I keep establishing bodies, and he does it as well. As you can see, he has a full board. He has a full board, we have 3 life, we don't have anything big in our hand, and he has a Buggy, so he feels also safe, right? And we are down at 2 life. What we do here is we play our Otama, we reduce this Buggy to 6 cost, and then we play our, let's see, did I mess that up? No, I didn't. I do have 7 Dawn left, so I play my Beckman. Here I trust this Buggy, and now my 4 cost characters can also attack. So I target his board, of course. I hit him with my Scissor Clown, I hit him with my leader, he counters both hits, and then I attack him with my Sansi as well. He attacks, he counters that also, but now he has only 4 cards left, guys, in his hand. And I do have a 1 2k and 1 1k and 2 bodies, so he decides to get rid of my Beckman by bouncing this back into my hand and establish more bodies on the field. So this Moji, and then he attacks my Sanji, 5 to 3k. And I was like, okay, you know what, on KO I will get a card, so I don't really care. And then he attacks me with his Crocodile, 7 to 5k. It still seems good for him, but now he has only 2 cards also on his hand, right? Scissor Clown, he recycles himself with a Smiley, and this Smiley gives -3 to this other 5k of his, so he can't attack me on his turn. Then on our turn we play our Dragon. We try to control the board. Then we play our Monette. Our Monette gives 2 rested dons to our leader, so our leader has now 9k, and she gives also a -1 to 1 character. So we kill his Crocodile, we kill the other character of his, we have another swing with our Smiley, and we have like 3k on our hand. And we have now a Dragon, we have a Smiley, we have a Caesar, we have everything that we want. As you can see, he had a full board, he had a board full of characters. And we managed in 1 turn to kill almost everything. Now he tries to kill my Smiley by attaching 3 dons to our to his leader, and he attacks us also for 5k with his Moji. I was like here, do I need Smiley and this Monette? Do I want to take? Because he also played another Buggy, so my small characters can't attack anymore. And I hit another Smiley here. This is the second Smiley that I got. Smiley's cost 5k, so I was like, okay, you know what, I will go -3 with my Smiley, -2 with Monette. I did that, and I could KO that with my leader, and reset again his board, and now he had nothing at all to play, so he concedes. So the last game for today is against Red Purple Luffy. Red Purple Luffy, who goes first, we go second with Virgo. We play our Virgo to search, we get a Smiley, and we bully this Luffy, you will see that. He attacks us with 8k because he does not have a Zoro, I assume. So we are now at 4 Dawn, and at 4 Dawn I was like, okay, you know what, I will attack you for 7k because I want you to give me a life or start giving me some counter, and then I will play Monette. By playing my Monette, I keep her of course active because I want to use her later on in the game. He attacks me now for 7k, and I was like, you know what, I will take. And he plays a Mr. 2. How much attack power does Mr. 2 have? 1k. What does my leader do? Exactly. So I play a Scissor Clown, I play another monet, I bounce back this monet to my hand, and I KO this Mr. 2 for free. Awesome, right? So now I have a clown, a clown on the field, a Caesar. I have another monet, and I have the other monet in my hand, right? And look that I have 2 more smileys in my hand. So now he attacks me for 7k, 7 to 5. We have enough counter, we counter that, we want to stay healthy. We draw another smile, and we have 8 dons now. What do? He feels safe behind his kid. He feels safe, guys. What do? We bully him. How do we bully him? We bully him by saying, okay, you know what? -3 with our smiley to your Captain Kid. Then I will use my monet to give this Captain Kid a -1 and my leader 2 dons. Now your kid is at 4k attack, right? So now we return our monet to our hand with our leader's ability, and we KO this Eustace Captain Kid for free, guys. For free. We establish also a smiley, and we attack his leader with 8. So he gives us more cards here at this point. And we have these 2 monets in our hand. We have these smileys, and we chill, guys. Now he's down at 1 life. He attacks our Caesar. I was like, okay, I want to keep this Caesar. And he attacks me with his Luffy. What does Caesar do? He recycles himself with a smiley. Now I have 2 6k power characters, and I have 2 smileys. I have 2 smileys in my hand. But what do I play here? I play a smiley. I play a second smiley. And now his Luffy is at 4k. So now I attack him with 6k with my first smiley. He gives me a divine departure. And he concedes, because as you can see, guys, he doesn't have enough counter in his hand. And even if he uses all of his counter, then he will not have anything else to play. So he just accepts his fate. This was it, guys, for today. This was the Caesar Clown from the OP10. It's a fun leader to play. It's not such a strong deck, I would say, at the moment. If we compare him with the other OP10 decks or the OP9 decks and so on. But I expect this deck in the future to be even stronger. So if you want to test that deck, feel free to do so, and share with me your thoughts and your progress in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching, guys. Like this video if you like that, and thank you again for watching.